Hello everyone. In previous lecture, we have known about advantage and disadvantage of holding and subsidiary company. In this lecture, we will know about accounting in the books of holding and subsidiary company and accounting for investment in shares, etc. in subsidiary associates, joint venture, controlling special purpose entities. Let's move on. Our first topic, accounting in the books of holding and subsidiary company. Section 128 of the Companies Act 2013 states that every company, whether it is a subsidiary company or not, shall prepare and keep at its head office books of accounts and other relevant books and papers and financial statement for every financial year as its registered office, provided further that the inspection in respect of any subsidiary of the company shall be done only by the person authorized in this behalf by a resolution of board of directors of the holding company. A substantial part of the capital of holding company is invested in the shares, equity shares of the subsidiary companies, and therefore the shareholder of the holding company, when they receive the annual report of their company, are anxious to know about financial performance and position of their subsidiary companies also. Therefore, in the holding company's annual report, financial data related to its subsidiary company are invariably be incorporated in one way or the other. On the basis of the information available in annual report, the shareholder of the holding company can know about the stability, profitability, and financial health of the group. For this purpose, minimum but sufficient information about the activities and financial result of the subsidiary company or subsidiary companies are to be incorporated in the annual report of holding company. On the basis of knowledge about the performance of subsidiary companies, shareholder of the holding company can make assessment whether the money in which they have invested in holding company is being utilized by their company management in proper and profitable manner or not, and if necessary they may give their suggestions on various matter at the time of discussion during the annual general meeting of their company. In the absence of necessary information about subsidiary companies, it is not possible for shareholder of company to participate in the discussion on the performance report of the managerial policies of management personnel of the company and the subsidiary companies of its subsidiaries. ओके, तो कंपनी अधिनियम की धारा 128 में प्रावधान है कि कंपनी अपने पंजीकृत कार्यालय में प्रत्येक वर्ष की लेखा पुस्तकें और अन्य प्रासंगिक प्रपत्र तैयार करें और उन्हें सुरक्षित रखे। इस प्रकार सूत्रधारी कंपनी और सहायक कंपनी को अपने पंजीकृत कार्यालय में लेखा पुस्तकें और अन्य प्रासंगिक प्रपत्र तैयार करने और सुरक्षित रखने होते हैं। धारा 128 में यह भी प्रावधान है कि सूत्रधारी कंपनी के संचालक मंडल के प्रस्ताव से अधिकृत होने पर सूत्रधारी कंपनी को ऐसे अधिकार प्राप्त व्यक्ति की सहायता या सहायक कंपनी का निरीक्षण कर सकता है और लेखा पुस्तकें, रजिस्टर और अन्य प्रपत्र आदि देख सकता है। चूंकि सूत्रधारी कंपनी की पूंजी का काफी हिस्सा सूत्रधारी कंपनी के अंशों, इक्विटी अंशों में विनियोजित होता है, इसलिए सूत्रधारी कंपनी के अंशों या अंशधारी को यह जानने के लिए भी उत्सुक रहते हैं कि उनकी कंपनी की सहायक कंपनी या सहायक कंपनियों की वित्तीय स्थिति और विनियोग इन्वेस्टमेंट पर प्रत्याय या रिटर्न की रेट क्या है। सूत्रधारी कंपनी के अंशधारी चाहते हैं कि सूत्रधारी कंपनी के वार्षिक प्रतिवेदन में सहायक कंपनियों के वित्तीय समंक किसी न किसी रूप में अवश्य शामिल किए जाएं। इसलिए यह आवश्यक है कि सूत्रधारी कंपनी के स्वयं के वित्तीय विवरण पत्रों के साथ सहायक कंपनी या कंपनियों के कम से कम परंतु आवश्यक वित्तीय स्थिति और लाभदायकता संबंधी समंक या डाटा या इंफॉर्मेशन सूत्रधारी कंपनी के वार्षिक प्रतिवेदन में दर्शाए जाने चाहिए। ऐसा होने पर सूत्रधारी कंपनी के अंशधारी अपनी वार्षिक साधारण सभा में कंपनी के प्रबंधकों की नीतियों और निष्पादनों पर विचार विमर्श में सार्थक भागीदार हो सकते हैं। सूत्रधारी कंपनी के अंशधारियों को सहायक कंपनी के वित्तीय समंक की जानकारी उपलब्ध कराने के उद्देश्य से कंपनी अधिनियम 2013 की धारा 129(3) की पालना करने से संभवतः काफी हद तक पूरा हो सकेगा। नाउ मूव ऑन our second topic, accounting for investment in shares etc. in subsidiary, associates, joint venture, controlling special purpose entities. When a company make investment in any manner in any entity, it is an asset for the investor company. Therefore, investment in share in ABC Limited, any company, account is debited for each such investment. While preparing balance sheet of the company in the format prescribed in Schedule 3rd of the Companies Act 2013, these investments are classified in non-current investment and current investment. Non-current investment are shown under the heading of non-current assets and current investment are shown under the heading current assets. General instruction for preparing of balance sheet are given in Schedule 3rd, clearly stated that any assets shall be classified as current assets when it satisfies any of the following criteria. Okay, the criteria is first, it is expected to be sold the company's normal business cycle. Okay, the second criteria, it is held primarily for the purpose of being treated. Okay, the next is it is due to be sold within 12 months after the reporting date. Okay, then these criteria will be fulfilled, then it is called current assets. Generally, holding companies investment in shares in subsidiary, associates company, joint venture in entities for the special purpose for controlling other entities are classified as non-current investment unless otherwise clearly mentioned. It is well accepted principles of accounting. Any income from an asset before its acquisition is in the nature of recovery of its cost, and therefore it is to be credited to the cost to reduce it. Alternatively, it can be credited to capital reserve, but it is still better to reduce the cost of concerned asset.